Bluffton University. Visit for the beautiful campus. Apply for the academic excellence and national achievements. Enroll and become one of the many Bluffton graduates who are making a difference in their communities. Visit bluffton.edu today.
and welcome into Summer Center and Copeland Court for another edition of Bluffton University basketball. Today, it's an HCAC doubleheader with the visiting Transylvania Pioneers coming in to take on the Beavers. And first up, it's actually going to be the men's game. Normally, it's women's and then men's, but today, with it being Alumni Day for the Beavers, it will be the men's game getting ready to tip off here shortly. So Beavers come in 5-16, 4-10 in the conference, but they are holding on to that last conference tournament spot, which is very important to try to sneak your way in and just create some havoc. And Bluffton is coming off of a win that snapped a 4-game skid. They had an 82-71 win on Wednesday over Earlham. Transylvania comes in winning 5 of their last 6, all in conference. Most recently, they beat Berea on Wednesday, and they're 12-9 on the season, 10-4 in the conference, sitting third. So it's a big matchup for the Beavers today. We'll see if they can keep pace. I'm Andrew Collinsworth, and alongside me is Jake Baumgartner. Jake, what do we have to look forward to in this one today?
I just think it's important to build off that last win. You know, you have some momentum. You got a key starter back. Offensively, they looked really good. I think they just got to build off of those runs that they go on. No stale possessions. They played a good, solid defense last game. Just try to carry that over, make sure the game translates, and should be a good one here today.
So we are getting ready for the tip. In case you didn't hear the starters for Transy, it's going to be Marshall, Caps, Resser, Napier, and Penn. For the Beavers, it's going to be Snelling, Stamen, Robson, Rogers, and Martin. And it'll be Connor Martin and the big man Hunter Penn going for the tip. Hunter Penn dropped 21 in their win earlier in the season on December 14th against Bluffton. It was a 15-point win for Transylvania at home. So the Beavers looking to avenge that loss. They start off with the ball. It'll be Rogers on the left side, getting it to the leading scorer, Nevin Robson, trying to get to that block using his shoulder, and we will have a foul early on going against Drew Marshall. And that might be a good indicator of how difficult it's going to be to guard Nevin Robson today, as he was trying to use that left shoulder. A little bit of a surprise there for Drew Marshall, getting the call going against him.
And we talked earlier before the game, like, he's a guard, but he gets a lot of his points down low, and he has good post moves, good drop steps. He's definitely tough to guard down there for a traditional guard.
Yeah, physically is very strong. 6'4", 200 pounds, just uses his weight really well down there. And it's going to be a problem if he's going to be getting those calls to be able to guard him for this entirety of this game. Rogers pulls up for the jumper, falls off to the left side. There's Marshall for the rebounds. Marshall will slow things down in transition. A three-pointer is good. Colby Napier gets things started for the Pios. Stamen driving to the bucket, can't get it to fall. Came up a little bit shaken there. In transition comes the Pioneers. Marshall can't finish at the rim, so a quick series there. It's poked out of bounds. Finally, a little bit of a break. So it seemed like back and forth basketball there for the last 30 seconds. Would be Robson to inbound, just Michael Stamen. Good job on the baseline there by Dakota Caps to get his hand inside the dribble, but he stepped out of bounds while trying to possess the ball. So the Beavers will have it on the S now. Inbound to Rogers. Trying to drive inside. Shot fake, now goes up with the left. No such thing as a friendly bounce here on Copeland Court.
No.
So the Beavers are still held scoreless. Good no-look pass and a finish with the left hand from Drew Marshall. Hunter Penn just dished it underneath right there. Nice little shuffle pass. Gives the Pioneers a 5-0 lead. Martin for three. Got it. Connor Martin, the big man. Don't see him shoot too many of those, but he connects on his first one here tonight. Or today, rather. I guess it's still the afternoon. Getting used to calling all those Wednesday night games.
Right. Now, that's always cool to see a big man three. You see J.D. Stokes, he's the one that usually shoots the deeper ones. You don't see Connor Martin shoot too many of them, but nice touch there by the big man.
Right-handed layup from Hunter Penn is good. Leads back up to 4. It was kind of dead in here for a minute. Connor Martin put some life into that Beavers bench, trying to get them going offensively. Stamen will step back, now cross over again. Nice move through contact, and he will draw the foul. And just every time he goes to the floor, you have to grimace because you're just afraid that he's going to come up a little bit shaken with those 2 broken wrists that he suffered in November.
Yeah, now I was talking to him the other night after the game, and he's like, this one was funny when you were talking about me always on the floor, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like you just came back and you dove on the floor 10 times in the game, you know? But, you know, you kind of wonder, like, how does somebody break, you know, both of their wrists? That's not very common. Then you watch him play 2 minutes of basketball, and you're like, oh, I mean, that makes sense. So
he always finds a way to end up on the floor, doesn't he?
yeah, but, I mean, that's a good thing. You want that guy on your team.
He converts both his free throws. Bluffton gets it down to 7-5 now. Eventful first 2 minutes here in Summer Center. Bluffton employing that 2-3 zone, that high 2-3 zone, really to try to press the ball.
And that was key last game, too. You could tell, especially in the second half, Earlham really couldn't like get anything going, especially with their leading scorer. They'd guard him up top pretty far out there, and it was like, yeah, they throw a trap in here and there. It's a zone, but it's kind of almost a press, and it was kind of sucking the life out of Earlham, and that allowed them to go on their run and eventually seal the deal.
That will be Transylvania coming out of a press. Robson loses his dribble. It'll be a steal, fake pass, and then Rogers is there in the passing lane. Nice heads-up play from Cam Rogers. Snelling will let one fly. Off the front side, Rogers there over everybody and finishes on the second chance points. Steinman with the steal underneath, and just like that, Bluffton gets their first lead. Nine to 7 with the Beavers, an early lead 3 minutes in.
And those are two just gritty plays. Offensive board there by Cam, put back, and then, you know, Mike Steinman just relentless, gets the steal, the finish, and the Beavers got a 9-7 lead here.
It'll be Hunter Penn heading to the free throw line, just a 54% free throw shooter on the year. But yeah, it seemed like when Robson lost his dribble there, and Transylvania looked like they might have had an easy bucket, that they were going to extend their lead, and instead it's Bluffton with 2 quick buckets of their own. They get their first lead, but Hunter Penn trying to do his absolute best at the free throw line here to make sure it doesn't last very long. Here's Penn's second attempt. That one is good as well. So 9-9, all even. 16:42 left in this first half. Good press break there by the Beavers. Finally are able to get it past half court. Set up the offense. Snelling will take the screen from Rogers. Rogers back up top, looking to get it down low to Martin, and he does. Martin loses his footing. Gets it back up top. 5 on the shot clock. Rogers is going to have to let one fly. Too strong there for the offensive board is Michael Stahman. Corner 3 for Snelling. Just won't fall. We will have it going the other way. But a couple of really good open looks there for the Beavers, just not able to connect yet.
I mean, they're not bad shots. If you're getting those all day, you know, they'll start to fall. You're not mad at the shot selection at all.
Snape here now. Dribbling on the left side of the court with Rogers defending. Marshall gets it to the baseline. Resser getting trapped down low. Swings across the court. Resser goes up, gets blocked, but it's going to be a foul called against Connor Martin. That's already 2 fouls for Connor Martin. And a quick trigger for Coach Clark. He'll send J.D. Stokes.
There was 2 bodies down there, wide open. I think Dakota Caps was like, wow. They're both that open. He hesitated before he passed. That could have been an easy 2.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you go to trap somebody, it's always going to leave somebody open.
Yeah.
So we are tied with 15:40 here. We're at the under 16 media timeout. We'll take the break with them and be back for the rest of this first half. So we are back with Ian Resser heading to the line to shoot a pair of free throws here. 6'6" freshman. First one rattles in. Resser averaging an impressive 12.3 points per game in his first campaign. Second free throw attempt is good as well. So Transylvania able to get that lead right back. 11-9 they lead here. Snelling gets trapped in the corner, just dribbles right out of it. Stallman will take it up on the left side of the court, finally breaking that half-court line. Up top to Stokes now. Robson on the right side. Down low to Stokes. He plays face up to the basket, now spins. There's some help defense there. Gets it outside. Robson will let it fly off the left side of the rim. Another open look for three for the Beavers, but just cold to start out after that first Connor Martin three. Here's Dakota Capps working inside at the free throw line. Tries to get it down low. Open three in the corner. It's no good. Tip rebound to Stallman. Now in transition to Rogers. Uses the right hand. Gets blocked at the rim. Good defense there from the Pioneers, and they'll go the other way with it. Thought about the three. Now it'll go down low. Penn is going to be fouled by J.D. Stokes. Hunter Penn drawing plenty of contact here early. Now 3 fouls that he's drawn. It's a good use, yeah, good use of the head there from Hunter Penn to sail the foul.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a whole lot of contact there, but he's been drawing fouls today.
The referees established early on that they were going to call it a little bit tighter than we've seen in the past. That early foul call going against Drew Marshall, so I'm not surprised to see that one be called. Marshall thought about it. Stepping inside, letting it fly off the backboard. Robson comes up with it, just has to throw it away, but he stepped out of bounds before he could get rid of it. He might have wanted a foul call there. We'll see some subs now for the Pioneers. Into the game is Brandon Rowe. And Colby Napier will re-enter. This time it's for Drew Marshall. Zach Stallman also out there for the Pioneers. Penn will get it to the top of the key. Open three look. Just rolls off the front side. Stokes had position, but Penn able to use his long reach to get over top for the board, and another foul. This one's gonna go against Nevin Robson. That's his first. Lucky for the Beavers, because if that went against J.D. Stokes, that would have been his second foul to go along with Connor Martin. And something that's been tested already this season has been the depth of the size of this team. Not a whole lot of guys play down low.
Yeah, no, and you don't want your two true bigs going down 2 fouls early, especially when you're playing a team with a lineup full of guys who are 6'6" and above. What little length you do have in the lineup, you want in there.
We'll see into the game now. Caden Slusher and Sear Sumner. Robson hop steps, gets fouled. Slusher lets it fly anyway.
And he will.
It's a good decision there. Might as well get your practice shots up, right?
Yeah.
Be Sumner to inbound now under the basket.
Weird to see him shoot the ball from not 40 feet.
I know. Last game, he was letting it fly from all over the court, and not only letting it fly, but hitting just about every shot he took, right?
Yep.
We will have a foul on the floor. It's going to go against, I believe, Ian Resser. Yeah. Get another look at it right here as Robson was trying to. And there's just not a whole lot there. Guys playing aggressively. Yeah, bodies are going to hit the floor sometimes. So that's usually an indicator of a foul, but right there, I'm not so sure. Slusher thought about the deep three. Now he'll take the screen. Guarding him a little bit further out. Probably watch the game tape. Here's Carson Clement to the game as well. Sumner playing face up. Lets it fly. off the side of the backboard, no good. Penn, surveying his options, will swing it up top. Cross-court pass, three-point attempt is true. Colby Napier hits a three, and nice little run here for Transylvania. Bluffton needs a bucket desperately.
Yeah, they've gone still here. Not even a lot of good shot selections these past few possessions. Definitely want to get a good, at least get a good shot up, as there's Slusher from 40 feet just off the mark.
Not a bad look there, but again, Beavers unable to hit. Transylvania will head the other way. J.D. Stokes going to be called for his second foul. So now Stokes and Martin both called for 2 fouls. See if possibly Luke Bikey might enter the game. He's the other guy who's had a lot of experience. So instead, it's going to be Nevin Robson.
Yeah, so you're putting a guard, ultimately. Now he's going to be playing the 4. I mean, that's the versatility of Robson. He can score it multiple different ways, and he can play anywhere on the floor, but...
There's a nice layup through contact for Colby Napier, and that lead is now doubled up on Bluffton, 18-9. Klum outside. Just get it to Sumner. Up top for Layfield. He'll drive in. Good pass down low. Shot fake and goes up and finishes. Nevin Robson gets in the score sheet.
Through some contact, too. He's gotten beat up a little bit early on in this game. I don't know if that's Transy trying to set the tone, tell him it's not going to be easy for him today, but...
He's also a player who seeks out contact, too. So it's no surprise to see him take a lot of that, but you're right. He has seen a little bit more than we're used to. Double team. We're going to have a tie up here, and it'll stay with Transylvania. Nice job defensively. And that was Will Layfield getting in there to tie up number 15, Sam Stone. So we will head to the under 12 media timeout. Transylvania went on a 9-0 run before a big bucket from Nevin Robson broke that up. 18-11, Transylvania leads.
Bluffton University. Visit for the beautiful campus. Apply for the academic excellence and national achievements. Enroll and become one of the many Bluffton graduates who are making a difference in their communities. Visit bluffton.edu today.
There you saw those conference standings. Bluffton at 8th, trying to hold on to the last spot to get into the conference tournament. They're 2 games ahead of Manchester. And this Wednesday, they have senior night against Manchester at home. So that's going to be a huge matchup, not only for the players, but also for Coach Clark, who still in his time here at Bluffton has yet to beat Manchester. So we're going to have a foul called.
Yeah, that'll be a good one Wednesday. You got head coach coming over from there, bringing along some of his players. You know, that's going to be a game full of passion and grit for sure, and
a chance to essentially clinch your playoff spot.
A lot on the line in that game.
Yeah, Manchester would, if they did lose that game, would have to win the other 3 games that they have this season. And not that that's not possible, but just struggled this season. They did beat Bluffton early on, or I guess later on, actually, pretty recently. But they're 2-12 in conference play, so they've had their ups and downs for sure this season. Sam Stone converts both of his free throws, opens that lead back up to 9. Slusher motioning Klum across the court. Now he'll get it to him on the right side, taking a screen from Robson and driving inside. Tries to get the pass there. Robson hits the floor, no call. Here come the Pioneers in transition. Forced to slow things down. Rowe on the outside, swings across court. Here's Caps working on Robson. Forced to get it up top. Another deep three. This one's off the left side. Long rebound for Sumner. Tries to get it to Slusher, and he does. So a nice play there on the glass for Caden Slusher. Corner three for Layfield. Off the mark. Robson with the offensive board and one.
That was a strong rebound, strong finish. I don't think he ever really had possession of that ball as he was going up.
I was afraid that they were going to call that on the floor and not let the bucket count, but once you see that referee go down with the finger, that's the indicator right there that the bucket's going to go. So Robson has an opportunity here to make this a 6-point game.
And those are two buckets from him already tonight that were not easy by any means.
And he gets his free throw as well, so Robson now up to 5. Almost halfway through this opening half, and we've had quite a bit of action here. Transylvania went on a run. Bluffton's trying to stop it. Here's Snelling with a steal and all alone in transition with the right hand. Gets Bluffton back down to 4. Layfield tried to steal it, and it's tipped off of Dakota Caps out of bounds. So another big stop for the Beavers, and you can tell that this defense is starting to fuel some of their offense, like you see right there on the replay. Snelling just doing everything in transition there.
Yeah, and when Bluffton's able to turn their defense into offense too, completely different team. It just opens up the scoring for them a lot easier. They like to run it in transition. And they are a good defensive team, but their problem is they'll get defensive stops and then they'll do nothing with it on offense, and then they go those stale possessions. And
yeah, they probably had their best defensive game of the season. There's a spin by Sumner, somehow finds the bottom of the bucket.
And just like that, we got a 2-point ball game.
Bluffton just steadily chipping away here. Now we're under that 10-minute mark. Transylvania starting to get on their heels a little bit. Bluffton trying to build on this momentum. We're going to have another foul called on Sir Sumner, which sends Transylvania into the bonus. It'll be Hunter Penn going to the line to shoot the 1 and 1. Penn's first attempt doesn't get the friendly bounce. Rebound comes up to Sumner. Here's Layfield. Good skip pass to Snelling, working inside with the right hand. Can't get it to roll around and in, but Stallman gets another steal down low and finishes up high to tie things up at 20.
A lot of gritty points so far for the Beavers. Just second chance points, battling, turn defense to offense.
This is the second time we've seen Stallman do that too.
Yeah, I mean, just, you gotta want it, right? You gotta want to score those points any way you can, and they're working for him today.
Corner three is true. Zach Stallman gets his first 3 to fall. Stallman directing traffic. Gets doubled up top, gets it across to Sumner. Sumner driving in, right hand gets blocked. Hunter Penn, nice job up top. Gets this offensive board. Snelling can't connect on the 3. Drew Marshall will come down and try to slow things down a little bit for Transylvania. Into the corner for Marshall. Now here's Penn up top. Stallman again gonna let it fly, and he connects on back-to-back 3-pointers. Just as Bluffton tied things up, you turn your head and it's already a 6-point lead for Transylvania. Layfield down low to Robson. Matchup we saw in that first possession of the game. Robson goes up with the right hand, won't fall. We will have a foul on the floor.
And there he goes on the ground again. I mean, they're not making it easy for him. A lot of contact, fought through it, and then again, opportunity at a second chance points. I don't think he really had a chance at that rebound. He was almost getting dragged the whole time. Called that on the floor. Ball stays with Bluffton.
One of the goals of any team is to just not be a fun team to play against, and Bluffton today has been difficult with all their second chance points and opportunities as Snelling gets the three to fall.
Yeah,
a big three-point shot from Ian Snelling.
Yeah, that's big for him. I saw him in the gym yesterday, about 2 hours before practice was starting, just shooting. He hasn't had a great season from the three-point line, but he is a good shooter. I think it's a more of a confidence thing. You just got to keep shooting if you're that young man.
And another stop. This time it comes from Nevin Robson taking the charge. Sends Bluffton into the bonus now. 26-23. Transylvania on top still, but Bluffton has been able to battle back here in these last 4 minutes. We are to the under 8 media timeout, but we'll stay right here. Kind of talk through what Bluffton has done here in these last 4 or so minutes to come all the way back as you see Snelling connect on that three.
You know, I think we're beginning to see a little bit of what Bluffton's identity is. You know, we've noticed throughout the season they like to play a little bit faster. And when you got a healthy team, you can tell the grit and the fight that these guys have. You know, we're beginning to see a lot more of it just because we're healthy, and you're also getting a lot of younger guys that acclimated and into the lineup, but just a lot of guys that don't want to quit. They're not going to give up. And when Bluffton can stay in the game early and not be down by 20, you know, within the first half, I mean, they're a tough team to play, and they're going to give it everything they got. And I think we're beginning to see that a little bit. But
yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that they've showed a renewed sense of energy. And, you know, some of that can be attributed to Michael Stoneman back in the lineup, but it really comes with it from within. And these guys have just played their tail off defensively, especially these last game and a half here so far in this one. And Transylvania is a really tough opponent, but they've been able to stay step for step for them so far through this first half.
And I mean, you really just, no better time to figure it out as a team, right, than when you're almost clinching a spot in the conference tournament. It's a good time to get healthy. It's a good time to kind of figure out who you are as a team. And
Robson just doing his thing down low. Gets another easy bucket up and under.
And that's one question.
I shouldn't say easy, should I? I should say he makes it look easy.
That's one
Definitely
question.
difficult.
That's one question that hasn't needed answered this year is who's going to come up and score big for us tonight. It's always going to be him. I don't know if there's a game I've called where he didn't drop 20.
It seems like every night you can count on him for 16 to 24. That's why he's averaging the most on the team. Penn with the right hand won't fall. Robson gets the rebounds, looks ahead in transition. Good awareness there to slow it down. Down low to Rogers. He's getting double teamed. Ball's on the floor. We're going to have a tie-up, and it will stay with the Beavers. It'll be Sir Sumner to inbound between the R and the S in Beavers. So now we will see a sub into the game for Transylvania. Brandon Rowe will come in. Drew Marshall will sit down. Sumner inside to Robson with Penn on him. Right-handed little hook shot. And it falls again. Nevin Robson. Just hard to guard him down there.
He's hard to guard, but he's also, you know, none of those buckets he scored today have been easy. And,
right.
And he has made them look relatively easy, but they're through contact every time. And for somebody who's, you know, not a traditional post player, I mean, he does more than hold his own down there.
There's a board again by Robson. Another defensive stop here. Snelling is going to go fast. Use the body. Right hand up and in.
Through contact as well.
Beavers get to a 3-point lead here. So they take a 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes of action. Beavers guarding up top now. Stallman drives to the lane. Nothing there, so he has to back it out. Now down low to Penn. Robson's going to be called for the foul.
And this Penn again using his body well to almost embellish the contact, make it look like a little more than it was. He'll head to the line.
Hunter Penn, the second leading scorer for the Pioneers. Started every single game this season. The only player on the roster to do so. Has the most minutes played, and he's averaging 13.9 on 55.7% from the field.
Pretty impressive clip.
First one is no good, so Bluffton catches a little bit of a break here. Now under 6 minutes. It'll be Stallman dribbling it back out. Steps back, almost let it fly. I think he wanted to. Sumner tries to get it down low. Not much there, but the Beavers come up with the bounce. Sumner fades away with the right hand. Won't fall. There for the board is Dakota Caps. Caps now in transition, working to the bucket. Right hand through the contact. Finishes to get that lead back down to 1. Snelling trying to dribble through the trap, gets fouled there. Ian Reeser just picked up his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on.
Reeser 12.3 points per game on the season. He's been relegated to the bench for majority of this one so far, as he's been in that foul trouble. 3 fouls here through 15 minutes of play. First free throw is no good from Snelling on the front end of a 1-and-1. So Bluffton and Transylvania have both traded a pair of those, of being rewarded with a 1-and-1 and not being able to convert on the front side. Stallman swings it across the Caps. Caps takes the screen, drives in, pulls up, got it.
And we're seeing 2 completely different ways of scoring so far. Transy's been shooting the ball well outside. We've gotten the ball inside a little bit to Penn. We've scored from the free throw line a bit, and then there's Bluffton, who maybe made 2 threes, but other than that, it's a lot of post work for the team that's definitely undersized as well, and just second chance points.
And they've taken plenty of threes. They just haven't been able to get them to fall. It's kind of been the theme of the season, is they've gotten those good looks. And if you watch these guys practice, they're lights out and just haven't gotten the bounces so far. Nobody's really gotten hot and sustained it for a long period of time.
And I have noticed too, like, most of the time, these are deep threes we're taking. They were almost 2 feet, maybe 3 feet behind the line at times, you know, and you don't really realize it at the time. But I don't know if that might have something to do with the lack of makes, but I mean, they're open shots. It's just they shoot it where they get it. They shoot it where they catch the ball, and not a lot has fallen from this season, but
yeah, 30.7% from 3 as a team. Obviously, Coach Clark coming in, one of his things was he wanted guys to feel comfortable on the court, taking whatever shot that they felt that they could knock down, and he's allowed some free reign to his credit. And you know, sometimes just the shots don't fall, and that's kind of been what's been going on, but he's continued to allow his guys to shoot because he believes in them and he trusts in them. I think that's the right approach, because after a certain point in time, Snelling able to finish there, those shots will start to fall, especially when you're getting those looks like they have in this one.
And also, when you play for a coach that just has that type of trust in you, right? It's so much easier. It's not everybody has ever been blessed to have played for a coach like that. And when you can, it just makes it more enjoyable.
Napier hits another 3. Just like we were talking about, they're hitting those outside shots. Transylvania
they're shooting the ball well. They are. It's 2 completely different teams.
Yeah, you would think with the size disadvantage for Bluffton that they would probably be lacking in the points in the paint, but I have to imagine that they're leading. Snelling will let it fly from deep. Just can't finish. Rogers goes up. Another offensive board, plenty of opportunities, and it's going to go the Pioneers' way.
And again, that one was almost 4 feet behind the line. And I mean, they're open, and then a couple opportunities at a second chance points, but just couldn't get it to fall. And ball's gonna go the other way. 3-point game.
Some good breaks for Transylvania, some bad breaks for Bluffton, but there's also been a lot of creating your own luck for Transylvania. They've gotten those open shots to fall. really good outside shooting team. Bluffton has done well to make the most of their opportunities, especially in transition. We've seen Michael Stallman with a couple of steals and scores. Ian Snelling has played really, really well in transition, finding his way to the bucket. And that's the game that they want to play. So as that continues on, that's got to be a focal point for Coach Clark. Hey, get out in transition, play a little bit quick. Don't be afraid to push the pace. But then on defense, we want to be able to slow them down, you know, make sure that they're not beating us down the court. There's a nice find from Cam Rogers to Ian Snelling. It's a good look at it right there. So with 3:08 left, Bluffton down just by 3, and the first half has been the problem for them throughout the whole season. The second half they've played neck and neck in almost every single game, but they've been unable to overcome those early leads. So you'd like to see them take this game into halftime either within 5 points or ahead of Transylvania. Be prepared for a big second half.
If you can keep this game within reach, or even, you know, take the lead going into the half, it's definitely in the favor of Bluffton, as they have played pretty well in the second half. But yeah, overcoming those early leads, I think that can set the tone for who you want to be and how you want to play that day. They've looked pretty good early on here.
Definitely helps playing a home game too, where you don't have to. Transylvania got on a bus today or last night. Hopefully they didn't have to get up super early today and take a 3.5-hour drive, or however long it is, all the way here. Rogers lets it fly from 3. Got it! Rogers connects on the triple, and we're all even at 34.
In that one, that was the complete opposite of most of the threes we've seen. His size 13 shoe was almost on the line there.
I thought they might have called it a 2, because I looked at that,
I was like,
that same thing.
So maybe, I mean, understandable, right, why you want to be 4 feet behind the line at times.
Rogers has one of the prettiest jumpers I've seen, especially at this level, as ball just goes out of bounds. Caps lost his handle on it. Yeah, he rises up super high, so we see him take a lot of contested shots because...
Not often threes, though. More mid-ranges.
Yeah.
He's got a really smooth...
Ooh.
That's close.
The referee was right on it. Yeah. I think he saw maybe just a little touch of wood grain there in between his foot, because from up here in that angle, it was tough to really tell, but referee, you could see him. He was intent on getting that call right.
I'm not going to argue it. Not going to argue it. He's got a better view than us.
Absolutely does.
We don't know what we're talking about up here, huh?
So Layfield will bring the ball up, clock ticking, now getting close to that 2-minute mark. Things are tied at 34, an eventful first half here in Summer Center. Snelling tries to swing it. He does to Martin. Martin shot fake, right hand off the glass and in.
Credit the hockey assist there to Hunter Penn. The deflection, ball ended up right in Martin's hands. 2 points there, takes the lead, 36-34 Beavers.
Swinging on the outside. J.C. Walber enters the game for Transylvania, the freshman guard. Elbow jumper falls short. Snelling will get it to Stallman in transition. Back to Snelling, into the corner. Layfield open, connects. Bluffton finally getting those outside shots to fall, and they open up a 5-point lead as we close in on halftime.
In these past 2 games, Will Layfield's made some momentum-changing threes. As there's one right there.
It's a great way to put it. Drive inside, good finish off the window and in. Napier adding to his total.
That's right, maybe slow things down a little bit here if you're the Beavers. Set something up, try to get a bucket before half.
I have to say it every time. I'm legally obligated as a broadcaster to say that it is a 2-for-1 situation, as that one is off the mark. But anytime that you get that 2-for-1 scenario where you can get 2 shots, 2 possessions to Transylvania's 1, you want to take advantage of it.
It looked like the crowd and the bench wanted to travel there.
Open in the corner is Napier, won't fall. Martin there for the strong board.
Tell you what, it's about time Transy starts missing some of those threes.
Yeah, they've been able to knock down a ton here in this first half. Now we will have a timeout from Coach Clark. Clark ran a little bit past. I think it'll be reset to around 19.5 seconds. But Coach Clark wants to draw something up here to try to take a bigger lead into the second half. 39-36, the Beavers with the lead. We'll take a short break and come back for the final play of this first half. So we are back with 18.7 is going to be what's reset on the clock here. Bluffton with plenty of time to get this final shot up. It'll be Snelling to inbound. He'll get it right to Michael Stammen. Stammen is going to dribble on the right side. 12 on the clock now. Inside, hop step, contact, tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Beavers. Michael Stammen wanted a foul call, won't get it. 6.6 now. Coach Clark barking out his play call for underneath the basket. Stammen will inbound. He gets it into Rogers. Rogers working on Napier, using his shoulder. 2 on the shot clock. Turn around off the glass, won't go. Martin almost got the putback.
With the shoe off.
Yeah, with the shoe off too. Unable to get it. But a 39-36 lead for the Beavers. They really turned it on there in the last 8 minutes of the half. You got to be happy with your first half performance to take a lead over Transylvania, the heavy favorite here today. So they will take the 39-36 lead into the half. We'll be back with about 2 minutes to go before the second half kicks off to bring you some of our thoughts from the first half, talk about some of the stats that we see and what adjustments each team might need to make to come away with a victory. Stay right here. We'll be back soon.
Hello, my name is Angel Velasco Urbina. I'm a senior and I'm an exercise science major. What I love about the exercise science program here at Bluffton is that it's very nice and compact. The class sizes are pretty small, so it helps with a lot of hands-on learning and you get to build a really good relationship with your professor. I would say my favorite class that I got to take for exercise science would be fitness assessments. That was with Amanda Beard, and it was kind of with the same group of guys. I've taken these classes all 4 years. They're my soccer teammates because there's about 4 of us that have stuck with the same major. So being able to work with them and learning from each other has really helped and benefited me. So as of right now, I decided to do the exercise science route because after I graduate from here, I would like to pursue an athletic training career, which would be done through the University of Kentucky during their grad school program.
We have a really strong residence life program. In fact, we ask all of our students to live on campus during the time that they're here. One reason we do that is because we really feel strongly about how the residential experience impacts your overall Bluffton experience.
Here at Bluffton, we have a really tight-knit community where you really do get those individual interactions which really make your experience here at Bluffton. We really feel that making a sense of community really helps the residence halls and your living experience, and we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that you feel that you're welcomed, you're safe on campus, and like you have that sense of community, because that's really what makes Bluffton so special.
We are a residential campus, right? The vast majority of our students live here on campus, and that might be different than some other institutions, and it's certainly something that makes Bluffton distinctive, and that sense of community includes that closeness within the halls, but it also is the closeness within the confines of our small campus, right? All of our residence halls are all just minutes away from classroom spaces, from athletic facilities, and certainly Marbeck Center, our student union, and dining facilities as well. So you're always going to be in a very kind of close-knit community. We are so excited to have you as part of our community. So welcome to Bluffton, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Hi, I'm Haven Montague. I'm from Salina, Ohio. I'm going into my second year here at Bluffton. I am an elementary education and intervention specialist major with a pre-K special needs endorsement. I chose primary P5 education because I just love kids and I love getting to work with them and see them grow and seeing that light bulb moment when they get to tell you that they know their numbers or they know their colors. It's just something that really just inspires me every day to keep going into education. When it comes to classes here at Bluffton, you definitely get your feet wet right away. As this past year in my freshman year, I was placed into an early field placement and I was placed into a classroom and I was there almost every Tuesday and Thursday doing hours there, and I got to experience different diverse elements and stuff, and it was just really, really nice to see a different side as someone from Salina, which is a smaller place that you don't get to see all of that, and it was great to work with those kids. Here at Bluffton, I love how close I am with my professors. Like, I love talking to all the education professors. They are very, very helpful when it comes to anything that you might need help with. If you're having a problem in the class, you can talk to them, they'll work with you, and also they'll answer any questions because they have so much experience here. I just love how Bluffton is just such a great campus. Like, you can get to know people, and I definitely have made really close friends over, even the first few weeks I was here, I made tons of close friends and I got to know them. Especially being in different clubs and in different sports and stuff, I just got to see what all Bluffton has to offer, and I definitely recommend everyone to come here.
Sports fans. We pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
My name's Emily Buss. I am a sophomore from Clyda, Ohio, and my majors are marketing and communication and media with a minor in public relations. Came to Bluffton with that, just marketing in mind. Then after talking to multiple professors, they said, you should think about picking up communication. My ultimate goal after graduating is I definitely want to do something marketing based, maybe working with like a marketing agency, possibly being like a marketing specialist, fingers crossed. My professors have been so helpful and like caring. They want to know like, how are you doing? Like maybe if you missed one class, they're right there to be like, hey, are you all right? What's going on? Like, how can I help you? I'm a lead president's ambassador. I'm also a residential advisor, and I'm a cheerleader. So there are many things to do on campus. I think it is very important to be involved on campus. It allows you to get those connections, get to know people. We are a small campus, so I think having those connections will definitely help. We also have like a great community of respect here. So just having that really helped me choose Bluffton as like, you know, my next home. And it just made this campus feel like home with just like the friendly people.
My name is Macy Thomas. I'm from Bowling Green, Ohio, and I'm a history AYA major. I want to be a high school history teacher, primarily focusing in junior or senior year. My history courses here at Bluffton, they've been a bit challenging, but that's also a really good thing for me. It's really pushed me to dive deeper than the surface level of things, especially with history. Diving deep into the past is just as important as that surface level of facts and everything. So I feel like my history courses, in combination with the education courses that I've had, I think I'll be able to teach the content and have the pedagogy necessary to be a really good teacher. I chose Bluffton University because of the small, close-knit community that I felt when I toured here. I felt a real connection with the professors right off the bat, and having that connection was really important for me in my college experience here. So Dr. Perry Bush has really been a big role model for me here at Bluffton. He is my advisor as well, so being able to go to him with any questions I might have as far as my scheduling, but also just any of the coursework that I'm doing, I feel like he always either has the answer or knows who to connect me with, or what book to give me to kind of dive deeper into some of those areas. I would say my favorite part about Bluffton is the opportunities that Bluffton has granted me. Some of my positions and jobs on campus, and just the people I've been able to meet in different trips and experiences have been really important for me here at Bluffton.
Hi, my name is Claire Matthews. I am a nutrition and dietetics major here at Bluffton, and I'm from Bluffton, Ohio. I love the idea of helping people, and doing that in a way where I can combine what I'm passionate about and helping people is really exciting to me. I chose Bluffton University because I am originally from Bluffton, and I never imagined I would be here right now, but I came on a tour. I love the community aspect, and I've grown to appreciate a lot of things about our town and community. At Bluffton, we just got an accredited program for nutrition and dietetics, and I can now get my master's here in 5 years as opposed to the normal 6. So that was a huge part of me choosing Bluffton for my major. I originally thought that I wouldn't love the smaller class sizes, but after experiencing the smaller class sizes, because my major on average we have about 12 to 15 students in each of my classes, I found that it's been really helpful to get that one-on-one experience. On campus, I am involved on the women's soccer team. I work full-time in the summer and during the school year in the campus admissions office. I am a President's Ambassador, and I'm a part of BUNO, which is Bluffton's Nutrition Association. When I give campus tours to students, one thing that I always tell them is to make sure that this campus feels like a place that you can see yourself for the next 4 years. You want to come on a campus that makes you feel safe and at home and like you have family surrounding you, and I think that Bluffton is the perfect place for that, and I think it's really hard to find this anywhere else.
Hi, my name is Emily Walker. I am a History AYA major from Archbold, Ohio. I chose to be a History AYA major because I come from a long line of educators and I want to teach the next generation, and I really love history. I really like that in my field experience I got to connect with a teacher that was in the profession that I'm going to go into, and it really helped me to solidify my decision in my major. I am super involved here on campus. I'm a member of the Marbeck Activities Council. I'm a member of the Bluffton Education Organization. I'm the Vice President of the History Club, and I'm also a President's Ambassador. Some of my favorite memories on campus happen when I play sand volleyball at night. There's just a bunch of us that meet together and we go and play for hours a night, and it's just so much fun. Cool opportunity that I've had so far here at Bluffton was to go on a Civil War trip to Antietam and other battlegrounds over near the DC area, and it was just a really great experience to learn more about history and get to see some of those cool sites. As a President's Ambassador, I give a lot of tours to prospective students, and I love it so much because I love getting to talk to all these possible students and just encouraging them to come join our beautiful community here.
Hi, my name is Carter Ritchie, and I'm a Senior Communication and Media major. I chose Bluffton because I felt very much at home as soon as I got on campus. Everyone was very welcoming, and when I met with professors and students, I felt like I wasn't just a number like I had felt at some of the other universities that I had visited. My favorite course that I've taken so far at Bluffton is Communication for the Common Good, just because it kind of set the standard for what my other communication classes have been. One way that Bluffton helped me decide on a major was mostly through professors, because I thought I knew what I wanted to do when I came to college, but I quickly realized that I wasn't on the path that I thought was most beneficial for me later in life. And the professors pointed me in the right direction. I explored a bunch of different majors before I figured out that communication was the major that I fit best in. If you're unsure about what you want to study when you come to college, it's okay to come in undecided, because, like, from my experience, it's okay to switch around, and professors will point you in the right direction of where to go, even if you're not completely sure on either a major or a career path after graduation.
We are back in Summer Center in Copeland Court, getting ready for this second half of action. Bluffton holding a slim 3-point lead, 39-36 over Transylvania at the half. There you see some of the overall numbers. And looking at it, it's interesting, 41% to 52.2%. Bluffton down in the field goal percentage and 3-point. So how exactly are they ahead? Well, they shot the ball 16 more times there in that first half, largely in part to two things: offensive rebounds, turnovers. They had 24 points in the paint, 10 second chance points, and 13 points off of turnovers, all leading Transylvania by almost double figures in every category. So that was the main reason. But Transylvania, Colby Napier has been exceptional today. 6 for 9 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3 for 15 points. There hasn't been anybody who's really set themselves apart here for Bluffton. Ian Snelling and Nevin Robson both have 9. It's really been a group effort. There you see Ian Snelling 9 points and 2 rebounds and 3 assists. He's really been doing it all for them. But Nevin Robson also with 9 points and 4 rebounds. So it's really been a group effort from the Beavers so far. Jake, what do you think the Beavers have to do here in these last 20 minutes of action to try to edge out Transylvania, come up with the upset on Alumni Day?
Well, just play like you did the first half. I thought it was a big coming into the game that you want to emphasize good defense and turn those stops or turnovers into points, and they have. 13 points off turnovers to 0 for Transy. So that's already huge. If they can keep doing that, maybe not even get as many turnovers, right? But just get stops, turn those into points. Just keep playing clean, limit the turnovers. They only had 2 the first half. That was big. Those second chance points will come. It's interesting that, you look at the size comparison, and Bluffton's dominating the paint. So obviously there's an aggressiveness factor, right? We're playing aggressive, getting to the lane. Just play that gritty Bluffton basketball that we've seen these past few weeks. I think they can put Transy on upset alert here.
And for Transylvania, it's just going to be about taking care of the ball. 6 turnovers there in the first half isn't a high mark, but when you're not forcing turnovers, because you mentioned Bluffton only had 2, when you're not forcing turnovers, it's extra important to make the most of every possession, and they have. But Bluffton has just been able to get 13 more shots up because of those offensive rebounds and turnovers. Driving to the lane there is Drew Marshall to get the scoring started here in this second half. I think either way, we're set up for a really, really good end to this one.
And that's all you can ask, right? That's all you can ask for.
Be Robson trying to dump it down low to Rogers. We're going to have a foul called. That one's going to go against Colby Napier. Just his second foul. Drew Marshall and Ian Resser both in a little bit of foul trouble. 3 for Ian and 2 for Drew there in the first half. Rogers working down low, right hands, good finish.
That right there, that's my emphasis, right? Like, that was just Cam wanting it more. Backed him down, made him look like a baby there in the paint.
Caps swings it across. Marshall up top, gets it to Caps down low. Marshall, good step through move. Working on Martin, but Martin rejects it. Out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Pioneers, but a big block from Connor Martin. Beavers still playing with plenty of energy from that first half. Open 3 for Napier. Can't find the bottom of the net, but an offensive board for Caps. He'll kick it out. Here's Stallman letting it fly. Another one can't finish. Robson gets the board. Here come the Beavers in a 3-on-1. To Martin, we're going to have a foul called. This one's going to go against Stallman. He picks up his first of the game. You could tell that Coach Brian Lane for Transylvania emphasized at half how important it is to crush those boards, and you can see there a couple of chances for offensive rebounds for Transylvania, but they weren't able to maximize those possessions. So Bluffton with a chance to extend their lead. Going right back to Rogers with the right hand and 1. Oh, they're gonna say no. No bucket, foul on the floor. I think that's probably right if that's the contact that they're calling.
Probably. There was no contact on the shot itself.
Right.
Almost in a shot motion, but.
That will be Napier's 3rd foul. Going to work is Rogers again with the right hand.
No problem there.
He's just having his way down low.
No problem there. He said, I'll just do it again. And that'll be interesting too, as Napier with 3 fouls as their leading scorer. Don't want him to get into foul trouble.
Here's Penn working down low. We'll have a foul on the floor going against Connor Martin. So whistles early and often here to start the second half. That'll be Martin's third, which is going to make Coach Clark go to J.D. Stokes. I feel like Coach Clark is all right with those fouls because Connor Martin and J.D. Stokes are pretty interchangeable down low, that he wants them to be aggressive. But what you don't want to do is leave yourself without a big for the rest of the game. We haven't seen Luke Bikey in here. He's the only other one listed over 6'6" on the roster.
Yeah, and I guess the good thing with that, right, you sub out Connor Martin for J.D. Stokes, but also they just had Colby Napier check out too as well. So not too mad at it. And they're aggressive plays. You're getting called on fouls and just being aggressive. That's fine. I mean, not mad at it. You're setting a tone in a sense.
Robson working baseline, goes up with the right hand, gets rejected. Good rebound there, and here comes Penn in transition. Big man running point down the floor. Has to kick it out. Caps down low. Stokes tries to defend it. He does. Gets a steal to Snelling. Beavers will slow it down now. Robson taking his time, just being patient, seeing what's there. Good defense in the corner. That was Brandon Rowe with the help of Zach Stallman punching that out of bounds. So the Beavers will have 15 here on the shot clock to get a good look up. Stallman to inbound at the 3-point line. Snelling open for three. Too strong on the attempt. Board goes to Marshall. He's working in transition on Stokes. Nice move, and oh, I thought that was falling for sure. Marshall will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Stokes is just going to pick up his third foul.
So now you got both your bigs, 3 fouls. Not ideal. That was pretty good transition D, though, from J.D. Stokes. Didn't give up a layup.
He was in good position there, too, but just a really nice job there also by Drew Marshall to be able to go into the body and then pull up all of a sudden to get an open look. And, man, I thought that thing was going in for sure. It looked like it was, and just barely rims out. So Beavers catch a break, and they catch a break on the first free throw attempt as well. Second free throw. That one hits off the front and in. Transylvania's setting up their press trap. Sumner driving inside. Uses the right hand off the glass. Good finish. A slow step through. Got him to the bucket, but an even better finish off the window.
And that slow step through was, like you said, it wasn't with any tempo at all, but those long strides he got from the free throw line to the bucket within 2 steps.
We're gonna have a foul called against Penn right here. I think he caught Sumner with an elbow.
Oh no, they got that on Sumner.
Oh, they did, yeah.
So that'll be his third as well.
Penn can't finish, but Caps can, and he'll head to the line to try to get this lead down to 1 with an and 1 opportunity. Both teams talking it over. Beavers trying to get a word of encouragement from 5th-year senior Cam Rogers. I'd like to see the Beaver bench try to get into it a little bit, give their guys a boost. Caps converts the and 1 opportunity, and that lead is now 1, 45-44. Rogers trying to dribble through traffic, finally gets it across court. Now a chance to settle down, but a lot of time taken off that shot clock. Robson now driving to the lane, right hand. That's too easy for Nevin Robson.
And that might have been the easiest bucket he's got all day.
Penn is going to finish through the contact on Sumner. So teams just trading buckets back and forth. Sumner knew the pass was coming, but just couldn't do much.
Yeah, not often do you see the big man, leading the charge in transition. He was the first one down the floor, and rewarded with the N1 opportunity here.
Beavers did a good job of keeping Penn in check there in the first half. He played almost 19 minutes with just 4 points. You can see he's starting to impose his presence down low here in this second half.
And he's definitely gonna have to step up with
Sumner now with 4.
yeah.
Starting to test that depth as the first one won't go.
And luckily,
sorry,
that's something that Bluffton has shown, is some depth. A lot of guys getting a lot of minutes for this team.
We're gonna have a foul called there against Drew Marshall, and things are starting to just get more physical and chippy.
I read the lips of Drew Marshall there, said, "I didn't touch you." 2 seconds later, called with another foul.
Rogers cross court. There's Snelling outside for Stahman. Snelling again will set things up. 1 point lead for the Beavers. A lot of time left for it to be as chippy as it is. Robson using his body. Got him in the air, got fouled, and he'll go to the line. Not liking the call was Brandon Lowe on the defense. It's only his first foul.
So we're only 4 minutes in, and there's a total of 11 fouls already. Just one of them games. So I guess that's something to look at too.
It's going to be a bonus for the rest of the game here soon. I mean, 16 minutes. You played 4 minutes.
Yeah.
11 fouls. It's crazy. Robson will net the first.
But good news, Bluffton's not the only team in foul trouble here. So
it's very true. Both teams really struggling to stop the whistle of the referees. It's definitely been a tighter officiated game than we are used to, but it's been pretty fair. You can't say that it's leaning one way or the other. Rogers offensive board. Martin can't get it to go with the left hand. Another long rebound. This time Penn comes up with it, and it'll be Rowe in transition. Getting it ahead to Caps. Down low for Marshall. Right hand off the glass. Tied things up at 48. Great ball movement there by the Pioneers. Bluffton able to break the press pretty easily. Snelling, little floater, got the roll and falls.
Textbook how you break a press right there. Good ball movement. It's an easy little floater.
Now Snelling into double digits. Man, when he is on, he can be a big boost. Ball's on the floor. Penn comes up with it. We'll have a timeout called. So I think that we will head to the under 16 media timeout here after that timeout call from Penn, as he realized quickly he had nowhere to go with the ball. So Bluffton able to hang on to the short lead, 50-48, with 15-16 remaining in the second half.
Bluffton University. Visit for the beautiful campus. Apply for the academic excellence and national achievements. Enroll and become one of the many Bluffton graduates who are making a difference in their communities. Visit bluffton.edu today.
Ball is inbounded by Napier. Back into the game now. Haven't seen him for a little while for Transylvania. Well, it seems like it's been a little while, but actually it's only probably been 3 minutes of gameplay, because just like that, we've seen whistle left and right all game long. Connor Martin just picked up his 4th foul.
So he just checks in, and then you can see right there, 4th foul called on him, and that was just good ability to just use your body, draw a foul there for Hunter Penn.
Turns out that we were not extended to immediate timeout last time, that it was just a Transylvania timeout. So now we're extended to the immediate timeout, and even though nothing really happened there in that time period, I think we should keep it right here to...
Yeah, might as well. I mean, all that happened was Connor Martin picked up his 4th foul. So
yeah,
he's going to be taking a seat for foreseeable future. Another whistle was blown.
What's new?
What's new? 6 fouls for both teams so far here.
Yeah, with Connor Martin with 4, Serge Sumner with 4 as well. J.D. Stokes has 3. Not anybody else is really in any sort of foul trouble, but that's pretty big having your 3 guys who defend down low. That's the biggest part, is defending down low, because Luke Bikey, the freshman, he's a good player, good offensive scorer, but he's still struggled at times to deal with the size at this level, especially defensively. So that's probably why Coach Clark hasn't gone to him, even though he is capable to play.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that he wants to go with more experienced guys who have defended bigger guys at this level.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if we at some point see a little bit of Brendan Williams. He's one of those bigger guys, more of a guard, but he can defend down low. And we've talked about Cam. He's always picking up the task of guarding the 5 at most times.
Right, especially with when Michael Stammen was out, he was that guy a lot, as Penn cannot hit his first free throw.
And then you still got Nevin too, who he guards down low, even as a bigger guard. So I'm not too worried. I know the game plan was it's a bigger lineup than we have seen a lot of the season. Bluffton's gone small, but I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't. You have options at the end of the day.
It's going to be a test for Coach Clark to see how he wants to run the lineup out there for the remainder of this one. He'll be Snelling with a deep 3, steps into it and finds the bottom of the net. Ian Snelling getting going here tonight. It's his 2nd 3-pointer. He's up to 14.
Yeah, and he deserves to have a game like this, because I've seen him struggle a little bit this year, but he works his butt off. I've seen him in the gym trying to get that shot down, and not even just his jumper today, but the way he's just been aggressive, making his teammates better. There he is again, runs the floor, easy layup. He's scoring at will. He's making his teammates better. He's on the glass. Heck of a day so far here for Ian Snelling.
Snelling now with 16. Robson with the good vision there after the missed 3-pointer by Napier to get it ahead to him. Napier again with a floater. He was so good in the first half, but hasn't seen a whole lot of action here to start off the second because of foul trouble, like I've mentioned before. But man, he's been really difficult for Bluffton to guard today.
Yeah, and even though that 4 minutes felt like 20,
really didn't miss much, right?
When he was out, he really didn't miss much. I mean, a few fouls, and yeah, he obviously was out, didn't score those possessions, but
Stokes lets one fly. It's off left side. Falls out of bounds, so Transylvania will take over. There's that deep Snelling 3.
From the C in Copeland Court.
There's another look, too, with that nice pass ahead to Ian Snelling from Nevin Robson. Good hustle there to get back as well. Errant pass falls out of bounds. Beavers will get it on the sideline here.
Let's see if you can add to the points over turnovers. If you're the Beavers here.
Stammen driving the lane, right hand. My goodness.
That's just unreal.
Put a little English on it off the glass. Got it to fall. Left hand, no good. Offensive board there for Penn. And we will have a travel called against Ian Reeser.
And not that the momentum ever really changed. You know, Bluffton was in a good position coming out of half, and they have maintained the lead so far, but you can see getting a little bit of that momentum that they had going into half right now as they get a couple defensive stops.
I think that's a good point, because the momentum really didn't ever change. So now we'll see Rogers working inside off the right and in. Cam Rogers again going to the basket and finishing. But the momentum never really changed, but you could feel that it could at any moment, and Bluffton did a good job of shutting that down immediately and being able to regain some of that traction that they had. It wasn't necessarily that they were ever, you know, down in the momentum category, as Napier will let one fly again. Won't go. Snelling there for the board. But they just did a good job of making sure that they didn't allow it to get out of hands.
Mm-hmm. And to my point I made before the game, I do think it's key not only to, you know, you want to stretch this run they've had as much as they can, but after that.
Robson, a deep look, rattles in.
If this is a run that ever ends, you want to build from it, right? A lot of good things we've seen so far. Shots are falling. You're getting to your spots. Defensive stops. Build from that and take that into the rest of the quarter. I mean, this is as good as basketball we've seen Beavers play.
Up and under, no good for Napier. Bluffton trying to slow it down now. Under 12 with an 11-point lead here for the Beavers. And we don't see Nevin Robson pull up for three quite often, but he did there and got it. And then we're going to have a foul, right?
Hunter Penn wanted to travel. He got suplexed. Nevin tried to put him in a blender. He's not too happy. That's no travel. That's just
he just got pulled down there by Hunter Penn, so.
Tempers are flaring here. See some of the Transy players getting a little frustrated. Things haven't gone their way. Here's another look at Cam Rogers, tough in the paint.
You can understand that a little bit. You come in thinking, you know, okay, Bluffton's 5-16 or 5-16, 8th in the conference. Like, they're supposed to win this game, and things just haven't gone their way this second half. And so it's understandable to be frustrated, but right there, Hunter Penn just let it get the best of him, and he's played a really, really tough game so far. He's been very important for the Pioneers. You can see why they go to him so much, because he's been dominant on the interior. But right there, just lost his cool for a quick second. And he picks up his third foul.
And that, you know, 11 minutes left, him a three. That's also pretty big. I don't know, assuming he stays in the game, a potential to pick up another one, and then he's going to have to take a seat with 10 minutes left. With as, you know, aggressive as Bluffton's been in the paint, I wouldn't say seek contact with him and try to draw the foul, but I could definitely see that happening. Bluffton has not felt the loss of Connor Martin and Sir Sumner with their 4 fouls either, as they've gone on their run without 2 of those key players for the Beavers as well.
And it really came down to a lot of that outside scoring. They weren't able to get him to go in the first half, but Snelling comes down and hits a deep three, and then Nevin Robson off his dribble. We just don't see him shoot off the dribble very often. But he got some help from the rim there for the first time all season.
For the first time ever in the Sommer Center.
Court history,
It doesn't happen often.
Robson hits the first. Bluffton now into the bonus
for the next 11 minutes.
And Transylvania will be right there with them following the next Bluffton foul.
We've took our headsets off at a half and been a couple times said, you know, that was a pretty quick half hour or whatever.
Right.
Getting in the bonus with 11 minutes. This is not going to be one of those halves of basketball where we're like, yeah, that went by pretty quick.
Yeah, this might draw out a little bit, but Bluffton can hold off Transylvania. It'll be well worth the wait. Stallman trying to get it inside, not there for Penn. Now it is. Stokes, nice job moving, able to get it, his hand in the passing lane and come up with the steal.
He's come up big those last 2 possessions for the Beavers, just holding his own down there, getting a hand in there, poking it away. Another stale possession there for the Pioneers.
Stallman on the left side, gets it down low to Stokes. Stokes with his back to the basket. Swings up top. Stallman open for 3. Drills it! Welcome back, Michael Stallman. 16-point lead for the Beavers. Stallman, 3. Rattles out. Stallman gets the rebound. Now he's going quick. Opts to slow things down. Snelling on the outside, now gets it to Rogers. I'm surprised Rogers with that much space doesn't just shoot that. He'll go to work with the body, left hand, can't get the fall, or the bounce to fall. Now Stallman will go in transition to the lane. We'll have a foul on the floor going against J.D. Stokes. It's actually not a bad foul because it looked like an easy layup, but it is going to end up being free throws anyway. So another look at that Stallman 3, my goodness.
2 feet beyond the arc. Was that on? Did they call that on JD? That would be his.
That's his fourth, yep.
As well, so.
That one sits on the rim and just rolls off. You can tell Stallman is disgusted with that.
In his last 3 fouls he's picked up too. He's missed either the tail end of the 1-on-1 or split the pair. So when you think of what a good foul is, right? I mean, where you can give up 1 point in a possession and consider that a win, I would say. I would trade a 1-point possession for a foul over a 2 or a 3-point possession.
Rogers forced to get it into Stokes. Gets it back to Rogers, pulls up from the free throw line, got it.
Vintage Cam Rogers right there with the mid-range bang.
Seen him do it many times before.
Many times.
Pass down low to Penn, easy laying, and teams now starting to trade buckets a little bit.
Yeah,
Snelling going with pace.
This is where it's important for Bluffton to, you know, the run ended, but make sure the points still score.
And Nevin is going to make sure of that. Another bucket for Nevin Robson.
Right, and now on the tail end, we want to stop here.
Napier, 3, boom. Finds the bottom of the net. Takes a little bit of wind out of this crowd here in Summer Center.
And that was the first 3 in a while for Transy, as it felt like they couldn't miss in the first half, and now felt like they hadn't made a 3 all half there, and Kobe Napier changes that in a hurry.
Rogers on the outside, eyeing things up, pulls up, falls off the right side, and it will stay here. Another foul. This time it's going to go against number 2 for Transylvania. That's Ben Godby.
And that's just getting yourself in good position if you're Nevin Robson boxing out. Obviously that ball didn't kick to really anywhere near him, but he was trying to put himself in good position and draw the foul there on Transy as he heads to the line.
Robson's first one doesn't hit anything. It's a rarity from Nevin Robson. Just gonna have to shake that one off. Been spectacular today, 7 for 10 from the field for 19 points. 3 Beavers in double digits now. Cam Rogers and Ian Snelling are the other 2. Outside, 3-pointer off the front end. Stokes can't come up with the board. Oh my gosh, I thought he was gonna dunk that.
I don't know if Ian got a piece of that or if he was just stuffed by the rim there, but.
And Godby's gonna pick up his 2nd foul.
Team 9th.
Michael Stallman will go to the line here. 1 foul away from the double bonus as well, so 1-1 for this time, and the next time they go, it'll be 2. First one's good for Michael Stallman. Wish I had Michael Stallman's career numbers in front of me, but I have to imagine he's
good.
At the minimum a 75% career free throw shooter. Second one is a miss, and there's that announcer jinx coming into play.
2 new wrists though. We don't have his stats so far with his new wrists. So.
Rowe drives inside, good pass off the Penn, off the glass and in. 13-point lead. That one's gonna go off of Ian Snelling.
That's unfortunate.
It's a big turnover for Bluffton.
Might have hit off his head, maybe?
Yeah, it looked like it just caught a piece of him and falls out of bounds. Bad break, but you'd like to see Rogers just throw a little bit of a harder pass there on the inbound.
And it was positioning on the court, too. You get that ball in the corner. Just kind of an uncomfortable spot, but.
Another 3 won't go. There for the board, though, is Dakota Caps, and he gets fouled.
And that's going to be on Stokes. That would be his 5th.
So Stokes will foul out. Coach Clark not unhappy with his effort this afternoon. He's been key for them, and even though it might not show up a ton on the score sheet, he's done a ton on the defensive side, imposing a physical force down low. So it'll be Sir Sumner checking in for him. Coach Clark opting to keep Connor Martin on the bench for now, probably trying to reserve him for the end of this game. First one hits from Dakota Caps. 12 points now. Bluffton built a league lead as big as 16. Second one is Rattles home. It's back down to 11. Snelling is going to dribble through the press and get it ahead to Stammen. Stammen down low to Sumner. Using his shoulder well. Fade away. Won't go. Rebound to Caps. Caps in transition. Rowe didn't want the open three. They'll get it to Napier instead. And he got it, man. He is red hot this afternoon. That was probably smart by Rowe. Pass it up and then get it to Napier, the guy who's been so good for you all night, or all afternoon rather, to get that lead back down to 8.
And this is where Bluffton definitely needs to not leave with an empty possession. You know, they've gave up a few buckets the last couple possessions. Trans has cut into this lead a little bit. You just got to build off that run you went on. Try to get the momentum back on your side.
I think if you're Coach Clark here too, you get a bucket, you might want to call a timeout, just talk things over. Robson can't get it to fall. Transylvania will go with a little bit of pace ahead. Offensive foul called against Hunter Penn. Robson able to draw it.
So that's his 4th.
Coach Brian Lane is incensed on the bench. He can't believe it. But that's going to be Hunter Penn's 4th foul. Referee's telling him that's enough. He wanted embellishment. He's not going to get it. If he keeps talking, he's going to end up picking up a tech. If he's not careful, now Coach Clark going to have some words with the officials. So
we'll just take another look. Definitely a little bit of a shoulder.
Yeah, he sold
his elbow. Yeah, but like if you
both
remember,
teams have been selling them. Yeah.
If you remember early, Penn might have been the guy who actually started it. Had a little knock of the head earlier in the game, and then I believe a couple more early on, but. Those two have gone at it quite a bit today.
Yes, they have. You can tell that. I'm not sure if they're going to be jersey swapping after this one. Yeah. I would imagine not.
No, there's probably been some words said to each other as well that aren't appropriate for air.
Yeah, I would.
If you've ever been in a situation where you're just going at it with a guy, there's not a lot of love lost by any means.
So because it is an offensive foul, there won't be any free throws, but it will be an extra possession for the Beavers. Rogers will inbound underneath the basket.
Transy's still in this press, and it's gave Bluffton a little bit of an uncomfortable feel. Things have kind of slowed down for him. The offensive end.
Stammen tries to hezzy, gets it to Sumner. Nice play there. Stammen keeping his eyes up, finds Sumner, who made a nice cut to the basket. Gets that lead to 10.
And that was behind, oh my, just a bonehead move there. Man, if you're Transy, you hate to see that. And he knew immediately.
Yeah.
He did.
That's so tough, especially when you're at the logo.
Yeah.
Because you can't really see the line very well because it doesn't go over top the logo. It's kind of ingrained into it.
Yeah, and there's the Sir Sumner special.
Yeah, no kidding.
A little bit of a baby hook we were talking about the other night. Just uses his body well. Not a sky hook.
No.
Baby hook.
Napier lets a long one fly. Rebound to Robson. Trying to slow things down. It just feels like it should be 1 minute left in this game because we've been sitting here for so long and there's been so much that has happened, but we still got 6 minutes to go. We're going to have a foul called.
Yeah, and those 6 minutes were probably, if I had to assume, going to see a lot of free throws.
Yep.
You can see Bluffton try to slow things down a little bit. You can see Transy trying to shoot their way back into this game. Ball's probably going to be in Napier's hands more often than not. Don't want him taking those shots.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game so far. 23 points on 9 of 17, so over 50% from the field. So here's Robson attempting 2 free throws. First one is no good. Too strong on the attempt. Hunter Penn, who's at 4 fouls, is on the bench now, but he's had 13 on 5 for 7, so a really efficient 13 points for him. Transylvania in total, I mean, they're not shooting the rock poorly by any means. In fact, they're well over 40% from the field, but it's just been the fact that Bluffton has been able to create so many extra possessions that have allowed them to get this 13-point lead as Robson makes the second half of his 2 free throws.
You know, I don't even think it's that they're, you know, you said they're shooting around 40%. It just, they kind of went stale. They were really hot shooting the ball in the first half, and then they kind of went a while without making a shot in the second half. And do the math there, that's 50-40%. If you make almost everything and miss almost everything second half, it was just a tale of 2 halves for them.
And Bluffton's been really hot in the second half. Going into halftime, they were 16 for 39, and so far in the half, so far in the game, they're 31 of 62. So they made, what is that, 15 of 23 here in the second half. That's pretty incredible. 15 of 23. That includes several 3-pointers in there as well. So they've really played well. I didn't even notice there that Sir Sumner picked up his 5th foul, which forces Connor Martin into the game. And you got to wonder who that next guy is going to be. Maybe it's Will Layfield for Coach Clark, should Connor Martin pick up his 5th foul.
Yeah, I mean, I'd assume that they'd go Layfield or maybe Brandon Williams. They could go Bikey, but like you said, not a ton of experience. I'd probably just go with another solid body down there if they ever get to that point.
Both teams' depth being tested here in Summer Center and Copeland Court. We'll take the timeout with them. 77-65, the Beavers ahead.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
So it'll be Nevin Robson to inbound by the scorer's table. He'll get it into Michael Stahman. He'll bring the ball up for the Beavers. Drives to the lane. Good shot fake. Can't get the layup to go. And now ahead in transition come the Pioneers. Won't fall, but the offensive board does for Brandon Rowe.
In good transition D from Connor Martin there, as he is able to avoid his 5th foul and also calls a missed layup. Got the second chance point, so.
Yeah, that's tough to do, right? Rogers underneath, right-handed lay is good.
Wide open. And that's what happens, as you said earlier, when the defense collapses and try to set up that trap, there's gonna be somebody open, and that was Cam Rogers.
Good backdoor cut there. Rowe unable to handle the pass. An easy layup there for J.C. Wahlberg. You can tell that Connor Martin is trying to be a little bit more tentative with his contact that he's given up, as Michael Stahman is going to be fouled there. Drew Marshall will pick up his 4th foul of the game. There's a look again at Cam Rogers. Evan Robson using his vision well there. Stahman with a chance to get the Beavers across that 80-point mark. First one is nothing but nets. No good on the second attempt, so the lead is stuck at 11. Comes Marshall down the floor, good find. Right-handed layup is good for Stallman. Layfield into the game now for Martin. Rogers on the wing. We'll slow it down. 20 on the shot clock. I have to imagine Bluffton's going to try to use a lot of it. Layfield driving inside. Can't get the pass down low to Rogers. This single-digit lead has a chance to shrink even more.
Yeah, let's just keep the ball away from Napier, and we'll be fine.
Left-handed layup won't fall. Tough look there for Drew Marshall. Here comes Robson the other way with the right hand.
Nice finish, smooth.
Smooth and patient. He didn't really try to speed him up or anything, but just used his body well, then was able to go reverse on the glass. Three-pointer is good the other way for J.C. Walbert. My goodness. Every time that you think that Bluffton might be able to put away Transylvania for good, they come right down the floor and respond. It forces Coach Clark to call a timeout at the under 4. So we will take the timeout with them. 82-74, Beavers with the lead. So we are back for the final 4 minutes of play in this first half of the doubleheader. Nice steal by Rowe on the inbound pass. Gets it to Stallman. Open look outside. Can't find the rim. Snelling will pick it up and go the other way and just slow things down to Layfield. Stallman taking his time. The veteran knows how to handle these situations well. Snelling open for 3. Off the backboard. It's going to tip out, go the Pioneers' way. Still an 8-point margin. J.C. Walbert came in and hit a huge 3. We'll have an offensive foul.
Another one.
I don't know if that's an offensive foul or not. I don't think he was trying to set a screen either. I think he was just running down the court and caught some of Michael Stallman, but the way they've been calling it, they have to call that because it's been so tight today. It's just unfortunate for Walbert. Rogers will inbound here. Can't find many options, but finally does to Stallman through the contact. Won't finish. Connor Martin right there to clean things up. Marshall driving in. Gets it to Walbert. Fading away. Won't fall. Robson gets the board. And we're going to have a flopping foul. And then I think a technical. Going against Brandon Rowe.
Not gonna lie, if one of those were to have been called today, my money would have been on Hunter Penn and or Nevin Robson.
Yeah.
So interesting to see there.
And so the flop is a technical foul. Stallman will make the free throw. Coach Lane just cannot believe it. And it's been a tough game for both coaches to watch because of how many whistles have gone on. You really can't tell the story of this game without mentioning it. It's been a big factor in today's game. Rogers nowhere to go, has to call a timeout. Both teams now with only one timeout left. Hopefully that will keep us from having any more stoppages the rest of the way.
I don't know, if I had to have a hunch, I'd say there's multiple more whistles to be blown.
Oh yeah.
That's right, almost 10 apiece on fouls. 3 minutes remaining, and This has been a long half. I think both teams have been in the bonus since the 12-minute mark.
Yeah.
Which was a half an hour ago, if not longer.
I think it might have been longer.
Yeah.
The first 4 minutes took what seemed like half an hour. I mean, holy cow, we've been up here for a minute now.
Just more basketball to be watched, I guess, huh? Can't complain. What else?
That camera angle that you're seeing now, that is our angle as well. So anything that you see from there, that's about the best view that we can get to try to see everything that's been going on. So it's really hard to sit here and critique any officiating because you don't feel like you're right on the floor, and nor do we really want to critique any officiating. But there's just been a lot of times this game where just a little bit of contact draws a foul. And there's another example.
Stam will head to the line for 2.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't want to officiate this game. I know that.
No. But you got to think, right? I mean, if you're running up and down the court as a referee, more times you blow the whistle, more breaks you get. Maybe they're just a little tired, you know? Maybe they're just trying to get a couple more water breaks here and there. I'm not sure. But I'm not complaining. Although we have had two players foul out, I think the fouls have really not affected the Beavers all that much.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anybody who could really complain a ton about the foul calls, as Napier will step into one sidestep and then nail another 3. He's been the lifeline that the Pioneers have needed. Now the Rogers will break the press, get it back out to Ian Snelling. But yeah, I would say that, I mean, as many whistles as we've seen, it's been pretty even officiating so far. I mean, if there's anybody who has the disadvantage, Robson finishes again at the rim.
And again, through contact. I want to say his 3, and he had to lay up through the lane. Probably the only two buckets he's had tonight that wasn't through contact in some way.
Snelling is gonna draw another foul. That's gonna be Drew Marshall's 5th, so he is done for this game. And now we're starting to see those come into effect against Transylvania now. Snelling will shoot 2. His first one falls. Second one just rims out. Now we'll see Hunter Penn back into the game. He's been sitting with 4 fouls for a while now. Stallman gets in his own player's way. Right-handed layup won't go. His own rebound, though, does. Those offensive boards have also been big here in the second half. You see Brandon Rowe. He's cleaned up the glass nicely for the Pioneers.
And you saw Connor Martin there kind of not trying to risk picking up his 5th foul, so relatively easy board, and the 2 points there for Transy.
Good fake to get the ball to Rogers across half court. 9-point game. Definitely not over. Transylvania can get hot and stay hot from 3. So here comes the press onto Michael Stam, and he'll drive in. Pass down low. Snelling again.
Find by Stam. Great find.
I don't know if Bluffton has scored this many in a game yet this season. I'll have to take a look at that. Napier drives the lane. Right-hander. Cameron Rogers going to be called for the foul. Napier having his way still, and he gets rewarded with free throws. Colby Napier at 26 points in this one. He's been very impressive for the Pioneers.
There's number 27, and if if they want any chance of winning this ball game, I think the ball's got to be in his hands for the remainder of this minute 25 here. Got to get stops. Got to make shots for Transylvania.
That one won't go. An offensive board. Brandon Rowe just has killed the Beavers here in the last couple minutes on the offensive glass. I think that's now 6 points he's gotten just from offensive rebounds. Stallman will kick it out. Pass. Robson throws it down. Stallman, I don't think he wanted the foul call, but he'll get it and go to the line. That is going to be Hunter Penn's 5th foul of the game. Connor Martin, I think, might have gotten bloodied.
So this gonna delay this hour-and-a-half long second half, a couple more minutes as well.
And the thing is, most of the time when you see a player get bloody like that or blood on their jersey or whatever, you know, the coach will just take them right out of the game. Well, there's not many guys who can really fill in for Connor Martin at this point. With some they're in, Stokes down, so Coach Clark's just going to be like, yeah, just wipe it off. You're good, buddy.
You're good.
Get back in there.
If you're not, you're going to have to be. You're out of options here.
I played with one shoe already in this one. He might as well get a little blood and dirt on his shirt. Why not?
His equipment is going through it today, for sure.
Stallman connects on both, leads back up to double digits. Rowe will inbound here to Dakota Caps. Caps working down the floor. Gets it to Rowe, good pass down low. Walbert just can't handle it. And now with under 60 ticks on the clock, Bluffton will have a chance to inbound. Will Layfield will check into the game for Connor Martin, so.
Gonna get that situation handled.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or maybe not, just take a seat.
Could be Coach Clark playing a little offense-defense here. Good cut there by Ian Snelling to get it out of the press. They'll swing it over to Michael Stallman. Beavers gonna have to play keep away. Here comes the trap. Stallman, excellent ball handling to Layfield. It goes through his hands, so back-to-back possessions where we've seen it go. Good passes just right through the offensive player's hands. Things are all even up. Yeah, it's gonna be an offense-defense situation with Will Layfield and Connor Martin.
And well, no points were scored that possession, and what you could have got a couple more onto your lead. A good amount of time was taken off in that possession for the Beavers, so.
Running 13 seconds off is big as well. Napier just has to let it fly. It's off. Martin can't grab the board. Walbert does, and he'll chuck up a 3 of his own. It's good. Back down to 7 now. 30.6 remaining. Snelling gets it to Stallman. 7-point lead, almost stolen. Robson will take it across half court. And we will have a foul called against Zach Stallman, sending Robson to the line. 22.8 seconds left. Can just feel the anticipation mounting. Bluffton is on the heels here of their 2nd win in a row in a season that's seen a lot of ups and downs. More downs than ups, I must say. Robson too strong on his first attempt, but they won. You start stacking some wins heading into tournament time. You win against Earlham, you win against 3rd-seeded Transylvania today. You play good ball down the stretch, and who knows what will happen if you get into that tournament. Second one falls, leads to 8.
Yeah, if you get a big win on Wednesday, that's called a winning streak. So you can.
Yeah, you need 3, right? Yeah. Is that what constitutes it?
Three's a streak, so you can essentially have a little bit start of a win streak as you're heading into the conference tournament. So you got 3 games left on the season?
I think that sounds about right. Caps able to drive through the lane. We will have a timeout on the floor with 11.6 seconds left. A 6-point lead. Bluffton just trying to hang on here. Come out of here with a W if they can. 95 points, the most in a game this season for the Beavers. It's been a host of guys today. 4 players in double digits. Michael Stammen with 16, Ian Snelling with 19, Cam Rogers with 15, and Nevin Robson with 24. None to be outdone by Transylvania's Colby Napier, who has 27. But I think if you asked any 4 of those Bluffton players that they will take the victory if and when they are able to come away with it. We had a little bit of time back on the clock here. Now 12.5 seconds. Really, it is far from over, because you get a stop here or a turnover and you hit a 3 for Transylvania, you're cooking with peanut oil.
I like that one. So here's the problem with all these scores for Bluffton. If there were to be a problem, who are we going to talk to after this? You got 3 or 4 pretty good options, all had really good games in different ways. Nevin, obviously, he's going to do his thing. Really good game by Snelling. Mike, Cam. A lot of good basketball played.
A lot of options.
Today. Flip a coin.
Nevin Robson sitting right now at 24. He also has a double-double with 12 rebounds.
So back-to-back double-doubles for him.
That's nothing new, though. It seems like every other night he's accomplishing that feat. Layfield's first one is good. A big free throw, now making it a 3-possession game.
If I had to take my early guesses, Robson's going to pick himself up some all-conference honors at the end of this year.
I would be very surprised to see him not get any.
Yeah,
I mean he's had an incredible season.
As a junior too, you know, junior year. I mean, it's cool to see that he's going to be around for another year. See if he
Good
can.
Board underneath there. But as time expires, Transylvania's comeback effort will not be enough. A 97-89 victory for the Beavers. They upset the Pioneers in Coach Clark's first win over Transylvania. And Coach Brian Lane still letting the officials hear it. It was a tightly officiated game today, and a tight contest down the stretch. But the Beavers are able to come out with a 97-89 win, just a massive win that hopefully is going to propel them into their conference tournament hopes and get them right on track here for the rest of the season. Looking at some of these final stats for one last time. Nevin Robson with a big game, 24 and 12 on 9 of 13. Ian Snelling chipped in with 19 on 8 of 16 from the field. A very efficient game for him. Michael Stammen had 18 in his first double-digit game in his return. And Cam Rogers had 15, as well as Sumner adding 8, and Connor Martin with 7 for Transylvania. 4 guys in double digits. They played well, but just not enough today. Colby Napier had 27. He was very impressive. Dakota Cabs had 13, Hunter Penn had 13, and JC Walbert had 10. But the story of today, the Beavers upsetting the Pioneers, 97-91. Jake, any final thoughts here?
The half's finally over. A W at the end of the tunnel. Love to see it. Beavers played great tonight. Hopefully, you know, they can take that momentum into next game, clinch a spot in the tournament, and you know, see if they can do their thing. It's fun basketball to watch. Always a good time, AC.
We'll try to snag one of the players here to come up here and do an interview real quick before the second half of this doubleheader. Unfortunately, we won't be on the call for that one, but the women's team has a big matchup ahead of them as they take on Transylvania, the highly touted program from Lexington, Kentucky. So stay tuned. We'll be back with a player interview, and then you can stick around and watch game 2 of the doubleheader right here on BlufftonBeavers.com.
Hello, my name is Bethany Dario, and I'm the Director of Nutrition and Dietetics here at Bluffton University. I've been in higher education for 14 years and worked in the field of nutrition for 20 years. At Bluffton University, we have a well-developed undergraduate and master's program. And while these are two separate degrees, we do offer a 4+1 track where students are able to complete both within 5 years. Our master's program is a trimester program that begins with students coming to campus for coursework and 100 hours of experiential learning over the summer semester. The rotations that are part of our experiential learning include clinical rotations, outpatient rotations, food service, as well as community nutrition. These opportunities give students to do hands-on learning at the same time that they're receiving course and didactic material. So why would you choose Bluffton? At Bluffton, we have small class sizes which allow students interaction with their faculty. Bluffton is proud of our state-of-the-art facilities, including our food lab that opened in 2023, and state-of-the-art biology and chemistry labs. We are pleased to offer students practical experience with hands-on learning. We hope to see your application to Bluffton University soon.
Hi, my name is Ali Zavara. I'm a senior here at Bluffton University, and I'm an English AYA major. I chose Bluffton because of the small community, and I felt on my tours that I really connected with the professors here. My favorite course here at Bluffton has been Studies of American Literature. I really liked the way we had a spread of authors at different time periods and the different themes we covered. I just really enjoyed it. English education here at Bluffton is super helpful. We do multiple field experiences, and at least with the English department, we've been able to work at the Writing Center to kind of look how to edit papers and give suggestions back to people. So it's been really nice to get some hands-on experience before I go into the classroom. So after graduation, I plan on getting a job as a high school English teacher and then work my way up to become a college professor.
All right, I'm here joined by Michael Stallman. Their big win against Transylvania. Mike, 18 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Big win coming off a pretty serious injury. Thought you were going to be out for the year. What's this win feel like, and how's that recovery process?
Oh, it's amazing. We knew this was a big one. They're coming into the conference, sitting in third in the standings, and we're trying to find our way into the conference, try to peak at the right time, and we played well as a team today. And the recovery, nothing. I had so much support over the last 2 months. It's been tough, and I got my wrist braces off a couple weeks ago, and they said I could have a chance to come back. And I had so much support from family and teammates, and they've been right there with me the whole time.
So I think they've rewarded you in a way as much as you've rewarded them. 2 guys that you helped out a lot today. 25 points for Nevin. He never struggles to score the ball.
That's player of the week this week.
And there's a connection I've seen with you and Ian Snelling. He was able to go off for 19 today, a much-needed 19 for him, as he's just been trying to get something going, it seems like, all season. I think you had something to do with that. How's it feel just to be able to get your guys involved after being away from them for so long?
Oh, it's exciting. I mean, Ian's one of the best shooters around, and quite possibly the best shooter in the conference. He just needs someone to get him the ball in the right spots and put confidence in him. And I mean, you can see the shooter he is with that game. And Nevin, I can't say enough about Nevin. I mean, that's player of the week. I don't care what anyone says. That's player of the week. Back-to-back, big double-doubles for us in this 2-0 week.
Love to hear it. Last thing, one more game, and it seems you guys can ultimately clinch a spot in the conference tournament. What can you tell me about what you guys are capable of doing in the conference tournament?
I mean, we just take this one game at a time. We can't look forward. We can't look ahead too far, and we're just worried about Manchester on Wednesday, but we're going to celebrate this one.
Love it. Love it. Well, thanks for your time. You know, I think this is a team that you guys are getting hot at the right time. It's exciting basketball to watch. I think you guys can end the season pretty strong and hopefully go on a run. And do some damage in that conference tournament. So
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And we're all glad to see you back on the court, brother.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. All right, well, that's going to do it here from Copeland Court in the Summer Center. I'm Jake Baumgartner. Appreciate you, Michael Stamm, and I was joined by Andrew Collinsworth. We're going to get the girls' game going. Me and AC are going to have to head off. Appreciate your time. Huge win here for the Beavers.